Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Every Last One, where we cover new wave, post-punk, and electronic music. I thought about calling this channel These Are My Favorite Bands, and I hope you like them too, but to my surprise, it was taken. So here we are, riding the Cure wave. I'm feeling it, you're feeling it, the algorithm is definitely feeling it. I've already covered my top Cure albums ranked list. So today I'm going to be covering my top 15 Cure non-album tracks. We're about to get started, but before we do, be sure to subscribe if you want to see more Cure and Cure tangential content. I've got a whole year of videos plotted out, so you're going to be hooked up for many months to come. Before we hit the list, I just want to share a couple things. First off, we're not going to be covering any tracks off of Japanese Whisperers. I covered that album in my Cure albums ranked list. I consider it an album release. It's sequenced like an album, it flows like one, and so that's where those tracks reside. Also, I want to share a couple of releases with you guys. This is a Cure bootleg, the complete Bsides 1987 to 1992. Had this as a kid growing up alongside the Standing on a Beach Staring at the Sea cassette. So this helped me with the additional B-sides and discovering them from 1987 onwards. It's pretty well loved. In fact, I don't even have the back to it anymore. Just found the CD in the front sleeve in storage. I also need to share the Cure Join the Dots. This is the Fiction years, 1978 to 2001. This is a stacked list of all of their B-sides and curios and covers. This is super, super slick. It is as essential as all of the Cure's albums. It's 4 CDs with really great booklet, tons of photographs. Definitely check this out. I will be referring to it throughout the video. Number 15 is the B-side to the Love Cats, and that is Mr. Pink Eyes. Starting off this list with the B-side from 1983 that is totally bonkers. I love the frenetic pace, the vocals that are just panned all over the stereo spectrum, and then Robert's really whispered, quiet closing line where he goes, "Oh, you're lovely. Really." Total Alice in Wonderland vibes. Next up is Adon. Came on one of these 2 CD singles from the Wild Mood Swing sessions for the 13th. It was on this one right here. Inexplicably not on the Wild Mood Swings album, like a lot of other higher caliber tracks than what ended up on that release. Love the drums on this one. Unsure if it's Jason Cooper performing them, but just have a awesome shuffly beat to them and far more Cure-like than a lot of the very just not very signature Cure drumming on the Wild Mood Swing sessions. The string arrangement on this track also works a lot better than on a lot of Wild Mood Swings. This one's got a similar vibe to Burn, and the ending has a real sense of drama. Number 13 from the Mint Car single is A Pink Dream. Again, a track that is leagues better than a lot of what ended up on Wild Mood Swings, and I'll argue even better than its flip A-side. Where Mint Car to me was so plastic, full of all this fake wonder and gleefulness, trying to recreate Friday I'm in Love, A Pink Dream is the real deal. A great pre-chorus, killer riffs, and a truly heartfelt vocal performance. This is another one of Robert's songs about trysts with girls, like Catch, Last Dance, and another song that's gonna appear on this list, but I won't spoil it, you're just gonna have to stick around. Number 13, the B-side to Never Enough, Harold and Joe, Go, Go, Go. This one was performed on live television and was initially entertained as being released as a single, at least until Robert went off and wrote his love letter to Jimi Hendrix that is the A-side. Just love the baggy Manchester beat. Perhaps this one was a little too close to me, see what I did there? And some of their whimsical Kiss Me era tracks, and so they decided to change course. Love the artwork on the back of the single here. And I also have this one here, which is a rare promo at the time with Never Enough. and Harold and Joe from 1990. Moving down the list, next one is one of two B-sides to the Friday I'm in Love single. This is Halo. We're back to the romance and wonder of Kiss Me era Cure, and I am here for it. This one is a perfect counterpoint for the A-side Friday I'm in Love. Powerful synth strings, love the memorable piano riff, great chorus, full of longing. So I got 2 copies of Friday I'm in Love here to share because there was a set of 5 of these, 4 of which were colored. Love the artwork here. This one is on marbled purple. Next one, let's play Guess the Color. This one's more of a marbled pink. Number 10, To the Sky. For years, this song from the Kiss Me sessions was completely forgotten, then got quietly released on the Stranger Than Fiction compilation in 1989. To the Sky hits that peak sweet spot between the peach summered skies of something like One More Time and the elegiac graveyard walk that is A Chain of Flowers or Last Dance. This is peak Imperial era Cure, and for years, nobody got to hear it. Number 9, the B-side to Just Like Heaven, Snow in Summer. This one is one of the most uniquely beaming, joyous tracks in the Cure's catalog. While it certainly makes a great companion to the A-side, I know I keep saying that, it's an utter crime that this was left off of the Kiss Me album. I know this DJ where I live who hosts these new wave parties, and he likes to cut his own videos together for some of the tracks that don't have their own clips. And he spliced together Edward Scissorhands carving up the ice sculpture with Winona Ryder just dancing through the mist of the snowflakes. And that image is forever connected to this song for me now. Number 8 is the track Breathe. This one was the B-side to one of the Catch singles, but also appeared on some copies of Just Like Heaven. Breathe is one of the most heartbreaking anthems that Robert Smith ever put to tape. This is peak Imperial era Cure. I know I keep saying that. Right in that sweet spot between Plain Song and Trust. To this day, it hasn't been performed in concert, but I know if it ever were, this is a true stadium lighter moment if there ever was one. All right, switching to an A-side for this one. Next is Charlotte Sometimes. This one was an orphan released between Faith and Pornography, but did not feature on either album. And I do know that this one is a lot of people's favorite Cure song. If I recall correctly, this was the result of label boss Chris Perry asking the band to write a hit single, and it shows. I find it a little forced, and it doesn't grab me the same way that Faith and Pornography does. I do like the minor key mood and the way that the RS-09 string machine sounds so detuned. Number 6 is Burn. Where were you when The Crow came out? Were you even born? I wasn't old enough to go see the movie, but I did get the soundtrack. Like Tim Burton with Edward Scissorhands, Crow creator James O'Barr fashioned his lead character after Robert Smith. The musical director on the film reached out to the band for permission to use the song The Hanging Garden because O'Barr had quoted some of the lyrics in his graphic novel. And Robert Smith saw it as a good opportunity to write an entirely new song, but in a similar vein. So glad this one finally made it into the set list starting in 2016. Love those toms, and when Robert Smith drops the recorder that he's playing with all those crazy intro melodies and just starts playing the riff on guitar. So the Crow soundtrack, this is a repress that came out for Record Store Day in I believe 2019. This one's a gatefold and it's a half and half. One of the records is on black, one of the records is on white vinyl. Getting into the final batch now. One of 2 B-sides to In Between Days, A Few Hours After This. Who doesn't love this one? Sounds like an aristocratic 17th century party vibe. No drums on this one, just a synthetic tambourine and the synths playing like an orchestra. I do hope this one gets a proper orchestral treatment by someone at some point. A few hours after this would point ahead to that joyous, romantic sound that they would perfect on Kiss Me, Kiss Me, Kiss Me. Also from In Between Days, number 4, The Exploding Boy. This one is one of the most uplifting pop songs The Cure have ever recorded. Love the intro when he shouts, head up, and it just all kicks in. The chorus of kazoos just cracks me up. I just picture the whole band just squeezed into the control room, all just blowing away on kazoos. And it reminds me of when they performed the song The Walk live for MTV Unplugged. Look that one up, worth a watch. Again, should've, could've been on the album, but The Exploding Boy it's just way too similar to In Between Days, which is a better track overall. And this would just give the opportunity for them to put a really stellar B-side on the single and get more people to come out and buy it. Top 3 time, and number 3 is gonna be A Chain of Flowers. I know I keep saying this, but I really love this one. It's just so dreamlike and desperate. It has the most beautiful bass line, hypnotic rhythm guitar, reminiscent of Cocteau Twins. This one is occupying that same sonic landscape as songs like Last Dance and The Same Deep Water As You off of Disintegration. The interplay, call and response of the instrumentation during the guitar solo is just chef's kiss, quintessential Cure. All right, number 2 is This Twilight Garden. Again, more Cocteau Twins influence and what I consider to have been the blueprint for what the Wish album should have followed. Not only should it have been included, but there should have been more songs with the atmosphere similar to This Twilight Garden or To Wish Impossible Things. Here's what Robert Smith had to say upon reevaluation. This Twilight Garden is my favorite B-side of all. It's got a lovely atmosphere to it, and I can't understand how it didn't get on Wish, while something like Wendy Time did. It made me realize that when sequencing an album, a better song will get left off for the sake of the album as a whole. I never thought Wendy Time worked, but whenever we try to replace it, the album just seemed to go soft. But I think it was a mistake to leave This Twilight Garden off. So, a few different versions here. Vinyl 12-inch, vinyl promo copy, CD single digipack. It's all come down to this. Number 1 for me, the B-side to Love Song, Too Late. The pop hit that never was, right up there with The Exploding Boy. So I'll wait for you where I always wait, behind the signs that sell the news. Too Late is wistful with a capital W. Robert Smith at his most romantic. At some point, this lead guitar joins the fray and doesn't let up, spiraling around Robert Smith's vocals, relentlessly searching for higher and higher frets, desperate to be heard. For me, Too Late is peak Cure and captures both the grim pain and transcendent ecstasy of falling in love. And it's my number 1 non-album track. Obviously, The Cure have more terrific non-album tracks and I couldn't cover everything. I know some people love The Big Hand, Fear of Ghosts, etc. I'm sorry if your favorite tunes were not covered. Feel free to tar and feather me down here in the comments, but also let me know what your favorite Cure non-album tracks are. If you enjoyed this content, hit the like button, ring-a-ling-ding the bell so you can be notified about new content. Small channels like mine truly appreciate your time and your encouragement. We soak it all up. You can watch more of my Cure-related videos right here. Thanks for watching. Have a happy new year, and I'll see you guys in 2025.